Aloha, I'm Welzie, an artist out here in Maui, Hawaii. I just got a request today for a new piece of artwork for the gallery. It's going to be a piece of coral with some fish swimming around it. And I wanted to share with you guys how I go about coming up with that idea, drawing it out, sketching it out, making it all work, and then doing my original artwork from the sketch. I'm going to explain the elements of design, how they work on this particular piece, and how they work in general. So not only can you check it out and see how I do my artwork, but you'll probably learn a little bit too. All right, let's dive in. I start out by tracing out my piece so I can get an actual size of my composition. Then I start doodling away. I'm kind of just getting my ideas out here, trying to figure out how they're going to fit on my piece. And I just start doodling away, sketching out. I kind of try to keep it light so I can erase it and work over it. But as I did here, I kind of didn't really do the way I wanted to. I wanted to have 3 pieces of coral, one in the foreground, middle ground, and background. So I kind of need to start over again. I'm going to have 3 colors in my coral, a light, medium, and a darker one to kind of give it some depth as well. As I'm drawing in the back layer, you can see the lines get all mixed up and it gets a bit confusing. But what I do here, I go and erase again. Now I'm going to go over and rework the piece with 3 colors. I usually start out with pink, blue, and then I go to black. And what this allows me to do is I can kind of tune up my lines. I can see the ones I want to keep. I can see the ones I want to get rid of. You saw there I used yellow, but it wasn't coming up so well in the video. So I'm using pink, getting the final outlines of what I want, and I'm always making little changes to the lines that, the first lines I put down aren't always the best. You can see here I got a couple coral sketches on the bottom, but I end up not even using those in the final piece. With the coral sketched out, now I'm kind of doodling up the fish, placing them how I want them to look in the composition, and just figuring out how they're going to go. Now I go back into it with my pink, get the lines that I want, and again, make some more changes. So this idea of starting light and doing a couple changes really allows you to rework the piece and dial it in. Now here I'm in blue, I'm making even more changes to it, tuning it up, making sure what works, and trying to bring all the lines that I want to keep to the foreground. And most of this is not only to just figure out what you want to do on your piece and how your composition is going to look, but this is a great way to get some practice. So when you go to do your final piece, you've already drawn this, you kind of know where everything's going to go and how it's going to look. Here I got the black lines coming, and this is kind of like, okay, this is what I want. These are the intersections I want with the coral. This is how the fish are going to look. And it's, it's pretty much your final rough draft for your piece. Once you have this dialed in, you can take this, you can make a stencil with it, you can do a graphite transfer, you can do all kinds of stuff to get it to your original piece. Here I am. Now I'm going to sketch it out on my final piece. And erasing is a little harder, so I want to do stuff right. But as you can see here, I'm drawing it and my little circle is not looking so even. So what I do is make a little template, and then I can make sure that both sides fit right on the piece and they have equal distance to the edge. I really want my composition to look nice and symmetrical and balanced, and this is a great way to do it. I put a couple notches in there and to start sketching out, but you can see once again I had to erase. I didn't even follow my own directions. I kind of just went for it the way I wanted to. But that's what's great about having the preliminary drawing, is that you can have something to reference to. Wait, how did I do that? How did I get to that final piece that was looking good? So it's just kind of part of the process, and I think it really helps for artists to be not afraid to rework something, get yourself set up, and get a plan for your piece. As you can see here, I'm drawing the fish straight over everything again, kind of making sure they're lighting up a little off center, overlapping, and kind of giving a little dynamic and rhythm to the piece. Always trying to use the elements of design when you're working: balance, rhythm, line weight, value, contrast. All that stuff is very important when you're doing it. Oftentimes you don't even know you're doing it. You're just trying to make it look right. So now that I got my little sketch out with my fine tip pen, I go in and erase and get rid of all the lines I don't want. From here, I try to do some smooth lines with this is the PC5N. This is a little bit thicker Posca pen. And now I'm just, once again, going over it and tuning up those lines every time, making them a little better, a little smoother, a little cleaner, closer to what I want my finished piece to look like. Now these lines I'm going to tune up again, not only with the razor blade, but with the fine tip pen. I really like to keep the weights of my lines to be unique and not just kind of the same width of the pen. So once I have my black lines all drawn on there, I go in and erase, and I kind of get rid of every little extra bit that's on there. I kind of sharpen up some lines, get rid of as much extra paint on there as I want this to be nice and clean, because the next step is the color. So what I do is I use my color lines and I go along that black line. I know I'm going to go over it again with the fine tip pen, so I go right up to the edge and I just start filling in here. These Posca pens are so fun to use because they're really opaque. They're not very transparent, and you can cover up a lot of stuff. And the colors are so bright. This here is a custom color I've made, the magenta and some white. So I'm doing my kind of lightest color in the foreground, and I want it to be a tone darker in the next layer of color. And you can see they're pretty close on the grayscale. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna add some lighter dots to that first layer of coral to brighten that up, and some darker dots in the one in the middle. Here I'm going with some purple in the back. And you can see, once again, it's pretty close on the grayscale as well. So to get that a little darker, I'll end up using some darker dots. I really would have liked to had this foreground color a bit lighter, and then done a little better job really on the grayscale with this, of having the furthest one away dark and the closest one lighter. But I can fix that with some well-placed lighter and darker dots. Here I am filling in the whites of the eyes and all the white stuff on the piece. This piece I'm working, as kind of fast as I can for the video, and it's hard to work with your piece wet. You really want to be careful about running your hand through and smearing this paint while it's on there and drying. So I'm always rotating the piece and trying to keep my hand really high above it, so you don't just do a big smudge right through the whole thing and set yourself back a couple hours of erasing and sketching stuff out. You can see here I start to do the outline. I really like to have a white outline around like the outside of the piece. I feel it really helps pop the piece off the canvas or the whatever you're working on. And for me, I really like graphic stuff. Growing up with a dad who's a graphic designer, I love graphic stuff that pops off, and doing the white outline does a really good job of helping out with that. Now I'm filling in this light teal on the three little fishies, and just kind of making sure that my paint is going on even and not too thick. A lot of my pens were bleeding out a lot this day, but you can see I left a couple spots in there for the little like white stripes that go around the fish. Tuning up a couple color samples I did on the side. Now I'm doing the dots. It's a really simple way to add texture, another element of design, to your piece. It doesn't take much work. It takes a little bit of time to do all the dots, and it just adds another element that makes it fun to look at. And you can brighten up something. You have a option to do a couple different colors. You can change a lot with just a couple dots. So here I am just trying to make them look like, kind of sporadic and not so much like computer, like perfect placement dots, just kind of dipping the pen around, adding to it. Now I'm adding those dark purple dots to the back, and I'm actually starting to really like how this is coming out. I'm not too worried about the coral being too off on the grayscale as far as like lights and darks. I think the dots add enough texture to it and help separate the lights and the darks from it. So once again, just doing a bunch of dots. I'm even going over the black lines because they're going to get tuned up. As I finish up the dots, I'm going to start filling in those white areas of the fish. The fish are dry enough where I can kind of start to work that area. And you can see how they give these little white lines give the fish a little like curve to them, make them look like they pop out. Working with 2D, you really want to make sure that you're doing stuff that's going to help bring the piece, give it some shape, give it some depth to it. Now I'm doing the tedious part right here. This is where I get my fine tip pen and I go over every single line of it, and I'm making it just how I want it. I'm getting it nice and sharp. I'm making it a little thicker. You can see on the areas that I haven't tuned up the lines, they're a bit thin and there's not much weight to them. But as I work into it with the fine tip pen and beefing up the lines, the piece is starting to pop a lot more, and it's really kind of giving it some more weight and just strengthening the piece, in my opinion. So your line work is one of the most fundamental elements of design. Lines vary in length, width, direction, character, and they really influence the overall feel of artwork. So another element of design is shape. It's the two-dimensional area that's basically defined by your lines. So here the shape is, you have the three shapes of the fish, but you also have the shape of the coral. And I place that shape in the center of the piece to give it a nice strong composition. So the next element to design on my list is form. And this is like making your 2D shapes three-dimensional. You use this by shading and creating volume and depth in your piece. You can see I'm doing it here with like the 3 layers of coral with the fish in the foreground. So the form also you can use shadows and stuff to help create your form. Space as the element of design is used in this piece to create a sense of depth, placement, and creating a strong composition, like the space around the coral head. It's nice and balanced. I measured it and made it symmetrical, and it helps bring everything together and help make it have some sense. Colors is the element of design, and on this piece I'm using bright colors. I'm using colors to help create the depth. I'm using like the white on the fish. I'm using those colors and shapes to make the fish feel round and have volume. Texture on this piece, another element of design is used with the little squiggles I do at the end, you can see later, but also the dots. The dots help create a texture. It makes it more interesting, and it just adds a lot to the piece. I talk about grayscale a lot, and really this is value, lightness and darkness of colors and tones. The value creates contrast and defines a form and structures of objects in the composition. So contrast in the terms of elements of design is the arrangement of opposite elements to create a visual interest. Contrast can be achieved through different colors, value, size, and other visual elements. Balance, element of design, is achieved in this piece by the coral being in the center, so symmetry will contribute to balance, as well as how, these fishes aren't all on center, which is kind of help creating balance. They're kind of overlapped in the middle. There's 3 of them that are well placed, and that really creates a lot of balance in the piece. The element of design of emphasis is the focal point or the center of interest in an artwork. For this piece, it's obviously the fish, but the coral really plays a big part of that as well. Rhythm, the element of design, is achieved in this piece kind of through the movements of the coral, how they're all similar and repetitive, as well as the way the fish are moving around too. I got kind of 2 facing one, and they kind of look like they're swimming around the coral. So that's really kind of helping bringing the rhythm into the piece. So the last element of design is unity, and this kind of helps, making sure that all the pieces of your artwork are coming together and they're working together. Here you can see the unity in the coral. It's all very similar. All the lines are the same. And even with the fish, all 3 fish look the same. And, they're all got their quirky characters, but they're all together. They're all the same color. They all have the same style. As well as I think my white outlines, pulling everything together and making sure that it's kind of like this illustration on this background helps bring unity to the drawing of the piece. So now I'm kind of doing my final details with my fine tip pen, giving some different line weights, some squiggles, and all these are helping contribute to the elements of design, which, really make a piece work and makes it enjoyable to look at. Sharpening up lines, and just kind of, this is really the point where I'm doing the final touches, and it's almost ready to go. Once I'm finished with my drawing, I will clean it up, make sure there's no extra anything on there, any extra ink marks or pen marks or fingerprints, and then from there it goes upstairs and gets its gloss coat, which seals in the artwork, and I'm allowed to polish this and make it come out nice and shiny and have my finished artwork. All right, so hopefully this video kind of walked you through my process and you learned a little bit about the elements of design. If you like this, let me know, leave a comment below, and make sure to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and make sure to stay inspired. Aloha, you.